Hi guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day. I have a fun book review and actually giveaway for you today, and that is this amazing book right here. I get so many questions on what books I use or like for making all of the herbal potions and whatnot that I do, and I don't really have any go-to books for the potions that I make. I have made this stuff for so many years, over 20 years I've been doing this stuff, even as young as I am. I come from a long line of kitchen witches and garden witches and potion makers, and my great grandmother made hand cream that got sold to Walmart and is still sold in Walmart nowadays, and tinctures and all that kind of stuff has just kind of been something I grew up with and then was very passionate about at a very young age. And so a lot of my knowledge has just been very accumulatory, if that's even a word, articles in magazines and reading all kinds of books. But as far as having one book, that is a go-to for recipe, or even multiple books, I just simply don't use recipes anymore. All of the oils and tinctures and stuff I make are formulated based on my studies and my herbal knowledge and education over the last many years. And so there's not really any quick, easy kind of go-to books that I typically reference. So when I saw the author of this book, and her Instagram page is actually how I found her, Colleen Codekas, and I'm not sure how you pronounce her last name. You can see it here. If I've butchered it, I am very apologetic about that. But I found her Instagram page somehow. I'm not entirely sure even how that happened. I don't know if she liked some of my stuff first, or if I liked her, or if she's ever even liked mine. I don't know how I came across her stuff. I don't generally get on Instagram and hunt for people, so it was just kind of a synchronistic happening that I found her. But however it came about, I found her and saw that she was publishing this book, and I ended up pre-ordering it before it was out, and it came about a week and a half ago, and I have been feeling poorly and not able to do this review, and just a couple days ago I was finally able to actually flip through it, and I'm in love, you guys, and highly recommend it. I would have been in like herbal heaven if I had had this book when I was first starting out 20 years ago. Like, it is amazing. And even if you're not just starting out, even if you know a fair amount about herbs and herbal preparations, if you are a person that likes recipes, that doesn't want to come up with all of your stuff on your own and just wants a quick reference for, hey, I need an immune booster, hey, I need something for sore muscles, hey, I need, whatever, then this would be a fantastic reference guide for you. So I just wanted to promote her book a little bit. I don't know her at all, but I'm loving the book. I love her Instagram page. You should totally check her out. Grow, Forage, Cook, Ferment is her kind of name on Instagram. I believe she has a website too, although I've never actually looked her website up. But I do believe she has a website too that you should totally check out. And I just wanted to show you guys the inside, because when you go on Amazon or something, let me move my camera just a little bit, sorry. When you go on when you go on Amazon, you can't really see inside, and it's hard to know. There's a lot of books that look really pretty on the outside, and then you get going and it's kind of like, oh, okay, well. And so I thought I would show you what this looks like on the inside. First off, it's beautiful. The pictures are, sorry, let me wedge my camera a little bit here. I was afraid if I held my phone it would be really super shaky, but it's kind of hard to wedge it in a way that I can see the pages without because my arms aren't quite long enough to. Okay, let's try this. There we go. So it's all divided up into really clear. Each page is one thing, so you don't have to hunt. Like, if you wanted to just flip through this, if you couldn't find what you were looking for in the index, which it has a great index, but if you couldn't happen to find exactly where you're putting your fingers, it's laid out in a way that you could totally just flip through this book from front to back and find which potion you're after. However, that being said, besides the beautiful layout, the glossy photos, everything is just so well done, and I believe that this book is $15 on Amazon is all. It has the list price as $21.99, which it would totally be worth that. But I believe it's either $15 or $18. I should have looked at that before I got on here and told you guys. But it's really a reasonable price. It's really a nice price. All right, so she starts out with just kind of a quick overview of the basics. You can see here the basics of healing herbal infusions. And so herbal infusions covers everything from teas to infused oils to infused honeys, ferments, oxymels, which is a vinegar and honey combination, etc., etc. Anything that you're taking an herbal or a plant preparation and extracting it into some other medium like water in tea or alcohol in tincture, etc., that would be considered an herbal infusion. And so this is just kind of going over those different things and different methods of doing it. So it talks a little bit about drying your herbs, making teas, alcohol and vinegar infusions, honey and glycerin infusions, oxymels, oil infusions, cold infusions, quick heating. So just kind of a general, you can see not too much info. It's just enough to get you going and know what to do, not take up too much of the book time or be a real heavy read. It's designed to mostly be a recipe book, but give you a little bit at the front and a little bit at the back to just round out your knowledge about the recipes that you're making, which I think is a fantastic layout. I love books that are laid out this way. I love recommending them because they're really, really easy to use. All right, so then you have tips on making balms, salves, and butters, where she goes into some of the different oils and butters that you might use in making them and why you might want to pick one over the other. Not really a ton of information on why you might want to pick one over the other, just, you know, this one's generally used to help this the most, or really known to help that, etc. Then you go into how to store things, and then dosing finally, and children, etc., dosing different types of tinctures and the different recipes that you'll be finding in this book. All right, so after that we go into sections, and everything is divided into section based on kind of what ailment you're dealing with. So here we have infusions to boost your immunity, infusions to soothe your aches and pains, infusions to relieve what ails you. So this is kind of just, this section is just odds and ends, you know, headache, earache, just random things. Actually, I don't know if she has earache in here. I'm just spouting off things, not even looking. Sore throat, things that don't need an entire section on their own and might not be completely lumped in with one of the other categories like immune, but different things like that. So that's what the kind of the section is there. It's kind of just whatever didn't fit into other sections. Infusions to ease your digestion. Infusions to embrace inner well-being, so emotional support and that kind of stuff, relaxing, calming, you know, anxiety, those kind of things. Infusions to nourish your skin, lips, and hair. Infusions to support mother and child. And then at the end we have herb and flower profiles, which these are most of the plants that she has included in her recipes, and just a little bit, just a little mini profile on the plant and what part of it's used, why it might be used, kind of why it's in the recipe. So if you're new to making all of this stuff and you can't just glance at a recipe and immediately know, oh yeah, of course, elderberries, rosehips, echinacea, and ginger, that totally makes sense for X, Y, and Z reasons for an immunity boosting tea. If you don't know all of that stuff off the top of your head and would like a little more information, then you can find it back here. And obviously you can look up more information on each of these plants in another book. This book isn't designed to be a detailed guide for why you're wanting to do things and how to choose which herbs and that type of stuff. That's not what this is designed for, but it has a little bit of a synopsis kind of about the plants that are in this particular book in the back, which is beautiful and nice, and I really, really like that she did that. So back to a couple of the recipes. They are all laid out like this. Let me find something that's other than a tea. All right. So for example, this fermented garlic, ginger, and sage and honey. She'll give a little bit about why you might want to do it, etc., the recipe and the instructions. And they're all very simple, very, I want a different word besides simple. easy to follow. That's what I'm looking for. Well, just easy, not confusing. I have seen so many books, which is why I don't have a big collection of books to recommend on this topic really, and why I end up cherry picking all of my information from random obscure sources rather than, books that are all laid out, wow, I just lost my words. Rather than a book that's all encapsulated, of the topic, I find bits and informations and ended up piecing my things together for my own practice from a lot of places, because a lot of the books that lay out things are really poorly done. And I don't mean that as a judgment. I mean that as just when you're using them on the user end, it ends up being not nearly as user-friendly as I think they may have been intended to be. And this book doesn't have that problem, which is awesome. So I'm excited about recommending it. The other thing is, if you are getting into all of this type of potion making stuff and you see recipes like this, yes, this is an actual recipe, but you can totally augment all of these in any which way. Once you know how to make a fermented honey, you can add you don't have to stick to the recipes that she's included in this book. You can do all different kinds of fermented or infused honeys. You can go, well, I don't like ginger, but I do like garlic. All right, well, I'm going to do garlic and turmeric and sage instead of the ginger. You can totally adjust and mix and match and get way more out of this book than just the recipes that are contained herein, because so many of the easy and most effective and useful healing potions are contained in here. There's recipes for all of them, and then you can adjust as need be. You can have your infused oils, you have your tinctures, you have your honeys, etc. And then you can adjust the exact recipe once you know what you're doing, and get way, way more benefit out of this book for your family and for your health than just the recipes that are in here. Although the recipes that are in here are amazing. All right, so if you are looking for a all-in-one kind of recipe book that includes lots of easy, sorry, I'm bouncing my camera here, easy, and I really want to emphasize the easy side of this. Like tinctures, guys, it may seem complicated, but you take a fresh or a dried plant, sometimes put a little bit of hot water over it if it's dried to re-moisten the leaves, sometimes not. Sometimes it's just plant material and you add an alcohol or a glycerin in and let that set for a while. It's really simple, these things. And once you know the general practice and how to formulate these things, you can really go to town and just have a lot of fun. And you can adjust, like I said, even just for preference, not just for the medicinal effects. Take these recipes. A lot of recipes include, especially for immune boosting type stuff, a lot of times include licorice root, and licorice root, star anise, fennel, all of those type flavors, but particularly licorice root really gets overpowering for my system and tends to trigger a lot of nausea in me. No problem, I just take it out, and I don't formulate with licorice. If I need some of the similar properties, I use other plants that have very similar properties. And so taking these really basic things and making them into whatever you want and whatever you like and whatever works for you, your family, I really, even if you're not locked in on the exact recipes she shares here, I really think this book, if you would like to learn more about making this type of stuff, would really be helpful for a lot of people. So I hope that was helpful. And if you would like to see more book reviews, I do have a lot of books on this type of stuff. Obviously, I've been doing it for a really long time. I love books. I love reading. A lot of them are not real user-friendly guides. They're more heavy-duty herbal research kind of stuff. So they're not reference guides, so I haven't done a ton of sharing those books, but I am more than willing to share some more reviews on herbal type books, just the good, the bad, the pros, the cons, why I like the book, what I've got out of it, what I haven't got out of it, what I hope to get out of it, etc., etc. I would be happy to do that if that's something that you guys are interested in. So if you're interested in that, comment below and I will put that on my list to do. And if you would like a chance to win this beauty, along with a surprise herbal something that I will send as a gift with it, this drawing will include this book, this exact book here. And like I said, a mystery gift from me, from my herbal apothecary, something I've made, something I've put together, a balm, a lotion, you know, a soap, something, an oil, a tea, something exciting that you can try. I will include one of those and this book in this drawing. And if you would like to enter this drawing, all you have to do is like this video and share this video on your page or with someone that you think would be interested in the drawing and possibly being able to win this book, or would just be interested in purchasing it for themselves and seeing a quick review of it. So either share it on your page or share it with someone privately, and then comment below that you've done so. And everyone that comments below on this video that they have liked and shared with someone else will be entered into a drawing, and I will draw at least one. And who knows, I get carried away sometimes with drawings because they're so much fun. Sometimes I end up drawing a couple of extra people that didn't win the original drawing and just sending them, you know, a little herbal preparation of some sort anyways, just for fun, because drawings are a ton of fun. So since I don't particularly need to keep this book in my collection, although I may end up buying another one just to have it to loan out, since I am not particularly needing, you know, this type of recipe book right now, but because it's so amazing, I thought I'll just give this one away. It was actually my husband's idea. He's like, that's an amazing book, and if you like it, you should just give it away. And so that's what I'm gonna do, because that's a ton of fun. So comment below that you have liked and shared it, and you will be entered in for a drawing. And I think that's it for today. Do go check out her Instagram page. She may have a Facebook page. She may have, like I said, I'm pretty sure she has a website. I'm pretty sure Grow, Forage, Cook, Ferment is also her website. You can tell these videos, I get excited and just do them. I don't prepare and write out what I'm supposed to say or anything like that. If I did, it might be a little more organized, but you get what you get for now. So do go check out her stuff. I really enjoy her posts and her sharing and her pictures and stuff like that. It's just right up my alley, and I think will be up you guys' alley as well. All right, I hope you're having a great November, and until next time, I will talk to you all soon, and happy growing and happy potion making.